In your sketchbook, you have a place where gentle creativity can live. It is a place where your imagination can be captured on each of those pages. But let me begin at the beginning of how this came about. You see, in many of our lives, and many times, we might feel stuck. And today was just such a day. I opened up Google, typed in poppies for reference, and decided to use my least used art material, which is this water-soluble crayon. Now, I've loved this set for years, but I've always used it sparingly. But not anymore. I don't want to hoard my art supplies, and I don't want to wait until I feel ready to use them. And here's why. If I don't start using them now, then when will I ever give them a go? When will I ever try? So this is your challenge as well. Whatever you have available, you have to raid your kids' art supply bundle, or go have a look at what's in your cupboard, or what you've been hiding from yourself, or maybe something that you've treasured that you just don't want to use. Why not just use it a little bit this month and explore a part of your creativity where color is the emphasis and not really subject matter. Now, what I have in front of me on the screen is a bunch of pictures of poppies. And for some other reason that came up in my feed, I don't know if it's got anything to do with my mood or maybe something I looked up. I'm not sure anymore. The algorithm is just out of this world. I don't know how it is bringing us together or why it's bringing us together. And if it's your first time here today with me, my name is Tanya and I am an art therapist. I gave up a 26-year hairstyling career to take care of my mental wellness. I was overworked, tired, exhausted on most days, and I didn't know how to cope with all of these things. So I became my own therapist, and I found a beautiful rhythm in creative practices. Yes, I'm still busy, and yes, I still work longer hours than I should. But the difference is I am doing something for myself at least once a day. Now, whether that starts off as an early morning practice or whether I sit down after dinner, it really doesn't matter when. What matters is that you are making time for yourself. I want you to sit somewhere, bring in those art supplies, and slow down. Listen to what your heart wants. Give yourself time to express with these colors. And that's what this month is going to be about. It's about feeling and seeing and looking at color. Not necessarily subject matter, but rather how the colors move you, how the colors play on your sketchbook pages, and how you can layer these colors to bring about a rhythm where your mindful creative practices can come to life. I don't want you to look back on your life one day and realize that you've missed out. I also don't want you to stress and go from one huge breakdown to the next. I want you to find a connection, an emotional well-being where you can understand your own human nature, where you can attract a little bit of rest, and where you can understand where your emotions are leading you. And while we make color important this month, feel free to experiment and do all kinds of creative play. Don't do it for the end result or to get something on a sketchbook page. Literally do it for the process. Discover the beauty. Feel less pressure by only looking at the colors. When you can feel this creative swaying, your sessions in your sketchbooks will feel like play. And that's all I want for you. A simplified way to bring about regular practices where your head, hands, and heart can open up to the ideas you would love to try without having a specific outcome in mind. Instead, we'll just assume a calm level of participation with each mindful session so that you can explore anything in your sketchbook. Now, I don't know what the weather is like where you are, but here there's a gentle drizzle outside. And even though it is cold and dreary and grey, I still feel like creating with color. These vibrant blobs of color is exactly what I need to feel a little more uplifted. I'm not bothered by the color choices I'm making, and right now I'm just playing with that inner child and picking from all the varieties of images that I've opened up on Google and looking at the screen and also at the vase of flowers next to me. I feel inspired to just play and create. You can hear life is happening all around us. And yes, even amongst all that busyness, I carve out time to play. And this 15-minute session is brought to you in real time from the minute I picked up that crayon and then decided to film it to the minute I put the brush down. You are seeing in real time how these 15 minute these 15-minute practices are taking shape. Maybe you are wondering, what am I doing? But I'm just letting creativity reveal itself. I'll show you a little preview of the end result and some texture I was able to get right there in that moment when I layered that yellow over the green. You'll see it now. I discovered something about this crayon, and adding another layer on top of that gave me even deeper insights on how I could possibly use these tools in the future. Now, I would never have discovered that if I didn't give it a go. And while they are laying in a drawer, they really have no value except for looking pretty. So I want to challenge you to pull out those creative supplies and make the effort to create and play and enjoy yourself like when you were a child, not to paint something for an end result, but to experiment. See what happens if you layer, if you add color, if you bring in another supply. And most of all, what will happen if you slow down? This one I wet with the brush first and then went in, but you could do it the other way around as well. And if you don't have water-soluble crayons, just use what you have. Now these ones, the gallery ones from Munyo, is very versatile. I'm not sure if I bought it on Amazon or if I bought it inside an art store. I do know that I bought them while we still lived in Perth. And that's more than 6 years ago. So, and they've been hiding in a drawer because I was afraid to use them. But I'm not afraid anymore. I've sort of familiarized myself with their solubility and the things I could do in just this little session. And I now feel confident to use this unfamiliar to me art supply for the rest of this month. I might change it up a little bit later or bring in an additional art supply. For a while now, I haven't heard the birds, but since that slight light drizzle started, the birds are singing, and I'm sure they are rejoicing for those raindrops falling on the earth. It really is a beautiful thing when you start to slow down and notice what's happening around you. The only thing I'm asking is that you do not fall into that comparison trap where you hold on to fear and think that what you are creating isn't good enough. These little practices are practices. But here's some perspective for you. If you are learning to do things, making anything is just a stage of playful interaction. And that playful interaction is compared to what you can currently do. And that potential will grow and become more when you are ready and when you've practiced enough. Keep going, keep playing, and keep on making time for yourself. Don't allow anything to come into your way or to block your mindful experiments. Give back to yourself this week and enjoy. If you are a tender-hearted person, someone who needs a creative break, a nature lover, or simply feel like a burnt-out human, then you are most likely seeking more space for mindfulness. In this space, you will create a flow that will bring back peace of mind. It will give you a little bit of serenity and help you to break away from life. You'll be surprised at how much lighter you feel after you've had a creative, playful session with yourself. Enjoy your time in your sketchbook journals and be sure to watch the next video.